If your soul is calling you to take action in a different direction than other people, that's what you need to do. You feel me? It doesn't mean you're any better or worse than them. That just means you're on a different path. You feel me? We're not linear beings, bro. Yo, what's good, y'all? Today we talking about how to curate a healthy environment around you. Whether that be the people, your actual environment, right? And I got some strawberry donuts, so we're gonna be eating and talking, you feel me? Because I know a lot of us feel stuck in our environment, you feel me? We feel like there's no better out there. We feel like we meeting the same people. Or you might feel isolated, like you're going through this period like I am of growth and you don't have that many people that share similarities to you. Let's start with curating the right environment around you with the people you're around, right? You want to make sure these people nourish you. You feel me? That it's not a constant take, that you don't feel drained. It's so important to know you and know yourself and what drains you, what doesn't drain you, as well as paying attention to how your mind, body, and soul feels when you're around certain people. And I'll give you an example. You ever been talking to somebody, right? You leave that conversation, you feel tired, you feel sluggish, you feel me? Maybe even a little sick. Another conversation you leave and you feel so renewed, you feel restored, like you have this new insight, this new perspective on life, your goals, etc. Like you have all the energy in the world. You want to pay attention to these because these are great indicators of the role these people play in your life and the effect they're having on you. Like I saw a video on TikTok. She was just speaking about how we don't talk about, she called it, I think, EITs or something like that. Like basically energy transferring illnesses. How we don't pay attention enough to the environment we're around and the people that are in that environment and how their energy can directly affect you in a negative way. Because it goes back to that saying, if I'm around 10 negative people, I'm gonna be the 11th. If you're around 12 broke people, you're gonna be the 12th. Energy is no different. That's all it is. You're embodying that energy. So you might be embodying that energy of toxicness from these people. You might be embodying that energy of brokenness, a lack mindset. And it's vice versa too. So if I'm around 12 successful people, I'm around 12 rich people, then I'm gonna be the 13th rich person, you feel me? Because like attracts like. You're gonna be the one to bend to that will because all you're around is greatness, you feel me? You can't help but embody that energy. But when you start to realize these things, not only can you start to curate this narrative for yourself, you also start to pay attention to who you genuinely feel aligned to and who you don't, and how important it is to separate yourself and set that boundary. That brings me to the next part, creating a healthy environment around you. And that's boundaries. And I just laugh because I know how far I've come with boundaries, and for a long time I realized that I didn't have boundaries how I thought I did. And let me break that down. A lot of us go through life and we don't realize what boundaries are because our parents don't have that with us and they don't have that with themselves, you feel me? Or just the people you grew up around, you feel me? Your family, your friends. That's not a conversation that's had. Sometimes if you're lucky you might have, the birds and bees conversation, but you're definitely not having a conversation about boundaries unless your family, your parents, whoever's raising you is really on game. You can show up in your life in different ways. Like for me, I had boundaries. When it came to the people I really loved and cared about, I didn't have any boundaries. You feel me? I didn't have boundaries with those people. I allowed a lot of things that I wouldn't normally allow with anybody else. You feel me? And even taking certain things as a joke. I have this level of conviction. You feel me? If you know you don't want to be outside by 8 o'clock and you have a whole bunch of friends that love being outside, you need to set that boundary with yourself first and with them. And if they can't respect it, you have to let them go, bro, for the betterment of yourself. Because if your soul is calling you to take action in a different direction than other people, that's what you need to do. You feel me? It doesn't mean you're any better or worse than them. That just means you're on a different path. You feel me? We're not linear beings, bro. You're not going to be the same person you are today that you are tomorrow. At least I hope not. You feel me? Every day is improvement. Even if it's just 1%, every day you should be working to be the better version of yourself. You feel me? If you want to continue to curate a healthy environment, not only for yourself, but for the people around you. Boundaries are the foundation for you to step into the person you are destined to be, in a sense. You feel me? Because once you start setting boundaries with yourself and other people, game changer, bro. Because now, throughout your crib, you might have been leaving clothes on the floor. Like, let's say I got clothes on the floor right now. Normally, I would just leave that there. Now, I'm not doing anything, you feel me? So it's nothing for me to pick up. So you start setting these little standards. I don't even want to say little. You just start setting standards for yourself and building it up little by little, you feel me? And that culminates into you accepting certain things for yourself and you not accepting certain things for yourself, because it starts with you. You feel me? Everything comes internally. If you accept a lot of bullshit from yourself, guess what? You're going to accept way more bullshit from everybody else in the world. If you have a certain standard and you hold yourself to a certain standard and you're not adhering to it, you feel me? How do you expect other people to do that? Just like if you don't respect yourself, how do you expect other people to respect you? It starts with you, bro, and people could feel that. To curate a healthy environment for yourself and other people, you want to work on your self-love. You feel me? Your inner work. I know you hear people say this all the time. If you're not at a place where you could look in the mirror and be like, damn, you feel me? Like, I look good. I look good today, no matter what it is. You feel me? Whether you got a haircut, no haircut. You feel me? Whether you got your perfect fit on or you got your Whole Foods fit on. You feel me? Your supermarket fit on. Your laundromat fit on. You feel me? Nothing should change. Nothing outside of you should alter your energy. And that's easier said than done. Like, that's a constant thing that you're going to have to grow and develop. You feel me? Some people it'll come easier. Some people it won't. You feel me? I really don't care what people think of me and anything like that. And I get better at that each and every day. And that looks different each and every day. You feel me? Like today, that might look like me recording in public. You feel me? Tomorrow, that might look like me reciting my favorite rap in public. You get what I'm saying? It could be any sort of iteration of that, but you want to be conscious of that. And when you're doing it, because that'll give you the confidence to step out of your comfort zone each and every day. The more you pour into yourself, the more you're able to curate this healthy ass environment, and you're going to attract those type of people. Don't get me wrong, we quick to be like, we want to be isolated. Even me, bro. Sometimes I always explain that I'm isolated to a fault sometimes. The truth of the matter is we all crave connection, you feel me? And it's nothing like finding your people. It's nothing like finding your tribe. To be able to do those things and experience those things, you have to first experience that within yourself. Like, you have to love your own company. You feel me? I be giving myself hugs and shit now, bro. And it feel good, bro. Because your perception of what weird is, you have to realize is associated to societal standards and norms, bro. You get what I'm saying? When you was a kid, you just did what felt right. You didn't think, oh, this is weird or people are gonna do this. You feel me? That came later on when parents imposed their projections onto you. The world imposed their projections onto you. You feel me? Society imposes their projections onto you. I want to encourage you to dig deep, journal. There's so many different things. I talk about it on pretty much all of my videos across all platforms, bro. Meditating and journaling, I feel like everybody should do. And then everything else in between, you just figure out new ways and creative ways to love yourself, bro. And it don't have to be anything external. That's the key. That's what I want y'all to take away from this. Like, you don't need to buy a $10,000 self-help book. You don't need a coach to tell you how to love yourself. I promise you. Use everything as a tool. If you genuinely don't know in which direction to go, there's free resources. I'm making this YouTube for free. I don't have no course. I'm not charging out for this shit. I'm just putting it out. There's other people like me putting it out too. You feel me? And then, of course, if you really resonate with somebody and they offer like coaching, by all means, that feels right with you. But I promise you, everything you need is within you, bro. Sitting in silence, looking for the answers. Just looking for the answers, the universe will meet you halfway, even more than halfway. I promise you. In my experience, that's how it's always been. You get to a place where you can create that energy no matter what. You can create a healthy environment no matter what. I'm back in New York, and soon I'm about to leave. I came here and I've been here for the past 6 months. And I'm right back in an apartment where it's a toxic environment. You feel me? It's not where I want to be. New York in general is not where I want to be. But since I've been able to curate this energy around me and just hone in and focus on me and just pour even more into myself, no matter what, I'm at a good place. You feel me? Even though I'm not necessarily in the best environment and I'm not necessarily around the people I'd like to be around, it doesn't mean that that has to be my reality. It doesn't mean that I'm suffering or that I have to accept these unhealthy habits or these unhealthy people situation into my environment. I can still curate and control the narrative of maintaining a healthy environment with myself and the people I allow into my experience.